Hi everybody, it's Lisa from SuttonsDaze, and today is part 3 of the Canning Safety series. I hope that you've enjoyed the series so far and you've gotten some information from it. I look forward to all of the discussion that I hope to see in the comment section, but today we're going to hit a couple more points, and ready, set, go. So first, there's a misconception that I've seen, okay, where people say, well, you can buy, let's say, chicken noodle soup, okay? You can buy chicken noodle soup in the store and the noodles are in the can, so why can't I can it that way at home? Have you read the ingredients of the stuff at the store? They have, number one, the ingredients, okay? Number two, they have the equipment to get it to exactly the right temperature without impacting the food in a negative manner, the way that we would have to do if we did it at home. And it's just not safe. They have the regulations. I can't repeat it enough, I guess. They have the equipment, okay? They have thousands of dollars in equipment to ensure the safety of the food that gets put into that jar and sealed. That's their job. Sometimes they're good at it, sometimes they're not, okay? But we don't have that kind of equipment available to us for the small scale canning that we do. It's kind of, I liken it very much to, say, the LDS canneries, okay? I've never had the honor to go to one of these, but I've been reading about them a lot, and I think it's fascinating. And I know that there were some changes where the public at large could go in and they could can their own stuff, okay? They had the equipment to do it so that it was done properly, so that it ensured the shelf life that you were looking for. Not something that you could get the same comfort level or quality if you were doing at home without that same equipment, okay? So just because it's available at the store doesn't mean that you should be trying to do it at home. Anything that has the flours, the dairies, it calls into question, you know? Even some of the fat, they have canned bacon. You've seen Yoder's canned bacon, haven't you? And to me, that gives me the heebie-jeebies, okay, because I can't see in that can. But, you know, I'm taking that risk, and I know it with my home canned bacon. And I also know what my end product is going to be coming out of there, and I know what to keep an eye on. But when you're looking at something like chicken noodle soup, the noodles are going to expand, and they have the possibility of continuing to expand while they're in there, or else they will get really, really mushy and just completely degrade. Like, have you ever made chicken and dumpling soup and the dumplings just disintegrated? Okay, same kind of thing could happen. So there are just too many possibilities for error, and it's something that again, you do at your own risk, your own family's risk, and, you know, make your own decisions. I'm telling you, it's not approved. There are reasons for it. I don't have that kind of money for that kind of equipment, and so I'm not going to be doing it. So that's the one for today is, you know, just because it's in the store doesn't mean you're good to go. Doesn't mean you should try it. Ingredients are also a big, big part of that, okay? Because there's all those words that you can't pronounce that are in those canned goods at the store. And that, I don't know about you, but that for me is part of the reason that I can my own food, so that it doesn't have those ingredients in it. So some things to gnaw on, some things to think about, okay? The next one for us is jars. This could be a touchy subject. So I'm looking forward to the discussion, because using jars that are not intended for canning is a bit of an invitation for catastrophe, okay? When we use our canning jars, we have our jars, we check our rims to make sure they're not cracked, to make sure they're not broken. We use new lids, so that the seal is good and secure, okay? And we screw those on nice and firm, but not too tight. That is our insurance. We have really good product at the beginning to start. When you are reusing jars, you are running into a few different issues. And that's fine. Grandma may have done it. That's wonderful. Yay, Grandma. Okay, give her a hug if you see her. But the jars back in the day were much more substantial. They had more oomph to them than the jars that you get today, okay? Do you remember when mayonnaise would come in a glass jar? I actually have one of those out in the breezeway. If, those were substantial jars that could take a little bit of a beating. You're not going to smash them on the sidewalk and hope everything comes out okay, but the jars that a lot of things come in today, not so substantial, not so reusable. You also cannot guarantee that there's going to be a good seal. Whatever is on the inside of that jar, sometimes it's cardboard, sometimes it's rubber, sometimes who knows, but there's no way for you to check to make sure that that is sealed properly, completely, all the way. Because you don't have that insurance policy, it's cause for concern. So a lot of people will say, oh, I've always done it. Oh, my grandmother always did it. My mother always did it. And, again, it's your home. It's your kitchen. It's your food. It's your family. You make your choices. But if you're just starting out, don't start out at a deficit, okay? Start off with new equipment or new to you equipment. I use used canning jars, but they're canning jars. They're made and designed to can food in, not to store mayonnaise in, okay? So you want to have the right equipment. Not even new, just the right equipment. I think that makes a huge difference, especially when you're just starting out with learning how things should be, okay? So those are the 2 tips that I have today regarding the canning safety series. I hope that you're enjoying this series as much as I am. It gives you a little food for thought on things that people do or people have done or people are continuing to do, and gives you a little something to gnaw on, okay? And that's important because this is a continuous learning project. You are always going to be learning something new because things are always changing. So that's the really fun part about canning. Okay, that's one of the really fun parts about canning. Okay, if you like what we do here, please hit that like, subscribe, and share. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time,